Anthony. My name's Aquia. I'm the founder of the British Blacklist. How are you doing today?
I'm all right, Aquia, founder
Yeah,
of the British Blacklist.
yes, that's right. Like, I mean, it's like super amazing to speak to you. I'm gonna try not to gas and be silly, but it really is an honor to speak to you.
No, please, gas and be silly.
Okay, fine. So I love your work. I'm a big fan. I love it. It's just
Oh,
brilliant.
well, thank you, Aquia. Thank you very much. Now, tell me this. What does your name mean?
It means I was born on Wednesday. That's literally it. Because in our country, we have like day names. And so every day has a name for boys and girls. So I was born on a Wednesday. And so I'm called Aquia.
Aquia. And what country are you from?
Ghana, West Africa.
Ghana. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I figured as
Yes,
much.
you
Yes,
went, didn't you?
I've gone several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were very proud to see the influx for the year of return.
Yeah.
How did you find Ghana?
Um, I loved Ghana. But before the year of return, I had been there a time or two before. I've been on the continent 5 times now, and so I was there hosting a reality show
Oh
on
wow.
my very first trip, and then we grouped together and laid the groundwork for the year of return with Boris Kojo and a bunch
Yeah.
of other people, and took a couple hundred people over there with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing,
Well, I just
and a lovely country, and I love the people there.
yes, we are quite fine. We are quite fine. But I actually love, not that this is what we're here to talk about, but I love the connection and the reconnection of the content. And then also it's like going back home to Africa and the Caribbean from America, and also the connection that we're building between the UK and America as well, reconnecting with our cousins over there, because I think it just makes us stronger creatively. And the fact that something like the work that you've done over the years and the black, especially for us with the black films that we admire and we grew up watching you in those, and then evolving into Blackish, seeing you in Blackish, something like Blackish, which translates overseas as well, and we're really big fans over here. My first question was actually going to say, what word or sentence describes your life right now at this moment, if you can?
What words or sentence would
Yeah,
describe my life
yeah,
right now? Interesting that we're sitting here talking about Africa. I wear a T-shirt, and I've worn it on the show. I am my ancestors' wildest dream. That
yeah.
that's what would describe my career and my life right now. Sitting here talking to you and visiting Ghana and visiting Elmina, Slave Castle, and all of that, and seeing the door of no return,
Hmm.
and being able to walk back through that door of no return, coming back to the cradle of civilization. Words that would describe my life right now: I am my ancestors' wildest dream.
I mean, and it's facts, all facts. I
Yeah.
hear that. So, like, so going into Blackish, I know we're 7 seasons deep, and I think we're
Mhm.
getting the first 5 seasons on Star Disney. But can you even remember what day one on the set was like for you, like that first day?
I do. I remember it vividly because it was so personal for myself and for Kenya Barris, who created our show. We sat down in a little coffee shop before we put pen to pad and came up with these ideas, or before Kenya put pen to pad.
Mm,
But we shared these stories about our families, about our wives, about our children, about the communities in which we lived and come from. Both of us are first generation successful. Both of us are the only African American families living in our neighborhoods.
mm.
My son, not only was he the only chocolate drop in his class, he was the only chocolate drop in his grade for 3.5 years. So we just shared those stories and realized that that was going to be our show. So to sit back day one of our pilot episode and to relive these moments that we lived in real time in real life and tell these stories, knowing that the world was going to see them and hopefully respond to them in a positive way, the way that they have over the last 7 years, was just amazing. So yeah, I remember day one very vividly.
I mean, because I was going to ask you actually the fact that being an iconic representative family, or especially a black family, um, comes with challenges, I guess, the pressure of like making sure you suit, you meet everyone's expectations, because we're expected people. We want to be represented properly. We want all our flaws to be hidden and not be portrayed on screen. And so I find that shows like this, the family tends to be a successful family with minimum issues that we can criticize. The issues are global rather than like, okay, poor Black this and poor Black that. However, there are some criticisms when we have that thing where like not all Black families are like that. So how do you think why do you think Blackish cuts across all that, depicting a successful family, but still us working class people or from broken homes and stuff can still relate to it in a way that doesn't feel like we're being excluded from the narrative?
One word: authenticity. Just to be authentic and honest in telling these stories. Our show resonates with the world globally, not just within our community, but the global community, because we are telling authentic stories that are true to who we are, true to these characters on this show. And because we're not trying to pander to any one particular audience or group of people, the specificity in which we tell these stories and share these stories is received on a global scale. The biggest compliment that I got from our show was when, after we shot the pilot, and I took the pilot around the country before it even aired on television, and would show them to groups of people at Fortune 500 companies, groups of 500 or more people, and the overwhelmingly sentiment that they had from all walks of life, from all races, all backgrounds. When I see your family on screen, I see my family.
Okay.
And that's what it was all about, just being to tell these stories. Yes, they're telling these stories from a very specific perspective. From this, we are an unapologetic Black family, and my character included. And we don't shy away from that. And because we don't, and because we embrace who these characters are and what these stories are, and this point of view, it's able to be received on a much larger scale.
Yeah, and definitely all facts. So just going into 2 minutes, and I've got about 20 questions. So I mean, I think I'll go for which episode really validates the reason why you said yes, the reason why you went forward with this, the reason every idea that every conversation that you and Kenya had, and also just wanted to touch on some of those harder hitting episodes that do touch on the issues that we feel as a community. Why is that also important, and how do you guys manage to do that, keeping the comedic element but also not shying away from the truth of Black Lives Matter and all those type of things?
It's not just one particular episode that I can point to. It's the show in its totality and what it means, in particular to our community. Just in telling these rainbow of stories and how they affect us all. Black Lives Matter, the show, our election episodes, the show about Barack Obama, the show about postpartum depression, shows that just deal with things that we all deal with on a daily basis, but you don't see us going through them on this level, on this scale, or telling these stories in real time on television. So that's what it is. I can't just point to one. It's everything that we do to create dialogue, to create a discussion about it, and hopefully, we can have two people with opposing views come together at a table and have a discussion about what it was that we talked about, or what it was that they just saw, and leave that conversation having a better understanding of each other. And that's what it's all about. And I believe our show can be used as a teaching moment for that.
I fully agree. I have to go. We have to go. But thank you so much. Looking forward to watching it on Disney and continuing, and hope to catch up with you again soon. Thank you, Anthony.
The pleasure is mine, born on Wednesday.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.